and this view. It just goes together. Here at Canlis Restaurant in Seattle, a family-owned business for more than 70 years, nationally recognized for its elegant fine dining, this year, dinner has a different view.
This season, that's 11 yurts in a parking lot, which frankly is something I never thought I'd say out loud, but also it's been like a lot of fun.
Canlis is one of 15 restaurants around the country to open a yurt village.
This was just a way to navigate through the stormier months.
During Seattle's gloomy gray winters, which are one of Canlis's most profitable seasons, the Yurt Village transports diners to a cozy getaway, giving the restaurant an opportunity to offer its memorable Canlis experience in a safe, warm place to eat out.
You just kind of get yurty, you kind of just fall in love with one.
Guests are welcomed with hot apple cider brewing on an antique camping stove on the back of an old pickup truck.
Welcome to the Yurt Village. Come check it out. The way it works is that everyone has their own yurt. It's kind of like private dining outside in a tent.
Mark and his staff went all out building the Yurt Village and showcasing the Pacific Northwest with each yurt.
We named them for our favorite ski runs in Washington State.
The Canlis crew even got permits and headed to the mountains to cut down the alder trees and noble firs and plant them here at the village.
It's cozy, right?
In classic Canlis fashion, no detail was spared. A campfire outside adds the smell of burning cedar to the air. An old ski lift from Crystal Mountain is the perfect place for photos. And once inside,
you've got your windows open and your doors open. You've got, this is the heater, and then this is the trick. We actually put heaters under the tablecloth so your legs are warm.
Each yurt is a little different. Eddie Bauer and the Washington State Ski and Snowboard Museum provided vintage decor that's sure to get the dinner conversation going.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with 11 yurts after this, but maybe just put one in my backyard or something.
The Yurt Village is the latest concept the restaurant experimented with in 2020. Over the past 10 months of the pandemic, Canlis closed indoors and began to cook up new ideas outside. In early spring, their iconic valet drive-up turned into a burger drive-thru.
That was our speed record, was a car every 45 seconds.
From then on, the restaurant dished up quite the mix. From a bagel shed and a crab shack in the summer to building software to run their own delivery service and offering a piano live stream to accompany meals at home.
And then that randomly turned into a bingo show, which we have no business doing, but had so much fun, which turned into a drive-in movie theater.
Cars packed the Canlis parking lot off Aurora, turning into the big screen. In the fall, remote learning inspired the Canlis Community College. 12,000 people took virtual classes on everything from cooking and wine to the history of Seattle.
That's how we've been thinking about it as a company, less what has been taken away from us by the pandemic, and more, what do we still have to give?
The team meets every week to figure out how to pair the best meals and experience with whatever the pandemic serves up next.
First day that we'll be doing to-go pickups is going to be next Monday.
I feel like my crystal ball has been broken for months. Maybe the Yurt Village is perfect for right now, and maybe it's not for the spring, and maybe in the spring something else is perfect.
That perfect view with dinner, at least for now, is no longer what goes together here at Canlis.
I got this note today. Let me read this line to you. I realize that you may not need a letter of support right now, but on so many levels I want you to know that you're doing an exceptional job. And I read that and I was like, oh my goodness, you have no idea how much I need this letter. Like, it means everything to us. And so I think people look at what Canlis has done and they think like, oh, you guys have it all put together and all figured it out and it's all just like roses. If you could know how hard they're working behind that door, or like what it takes to pull off service every night, what it takes to pull off delivery, or million stupid things we've done these last 10 months, then I would say to her like, oh, thank you for your letter, and thank you for supporting the staff, and thank you for that little tip, or that little smile, or that little, or like the things that people put on the internet and social. It means so much.
Like all things in 2020 we never anticipated, dinner in a yurt and a parking lot for a dining room are the new offerings on this season's menu that end up pairing quite nicely.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or get video on demand and podcasts anytime at seattle.gov.